All right, so this is a young teen in Illinois near Chicago, and he got shot in the head. And instead of me telling you what happened and breaking it down, let me let him talk first, and then I'll come back and give my thoughts on this.
I bought a gun and he shot me in my head
How long ago was this you got shot in the head, family?
some months ago.
Wow. So it was an innocent bystander situation?
No, he purposely shot me because we were fighting his nephew, beat his nephew up.
Wow. This all happened right here in Champaign though,
Yeah.
bro. Wow. So how has the recovery process been for you, family?
Good. I got another surgery.
Okay. Well, so what was the hardest challenge about all this?
Me getting up and I couldn't walk, and my room not being able to move. When I couldn't talk, I used to cry in the hospital because I couldn't talk. I
Wow.
was like right here.
Wow.
He was like between. He was like between some cars over here.
Mm-hmm.
Then he shot my friend. His name's Cedric Cruz.
Yeah.
He shot. I dropped and then he pulled me out to safety right there.
Wow.
And I was bleeding. And my auntie, Tanya, she came. She just freaked out. She said, "Don't touch him! Don't touch him no more! Don't touch him!" And she was scared. And then they said I was dead.
Dang.
But when I
Now, this is really sad to me. Um, Watching that young man talk about this and go back on the crime scene and go through it and tell his story and the way he walking, he got a headgear on, and and like he said, it wasn't no random shooting, and I don't know which one is worse, man. But the dude is like messed up, and in more than one way. And this is our youth. This is our youth that we watching this happen to every day. So I wanted to know more about this case before I reported on it. So I tried to look it up. I couldn't identify exactly which one it was, and that's sad. The reason why I couldn't, because the city that he live in Champaign, Illinois, or whatever, I don't know what this Urbana thing is, but um, there has been multiple kids around his age group shot in the head, shot, killed, murdered in the streets, or just some of them survive, and it's sad. It's sad. So I did a deeper search, and I want to know how many kids under the age of 18 has been murdered in our streets and in America, black, specifically black, and it's approximately 1,000 per year. Now, the one of the biggest reasons why this bothered me is because we typically sit around and do nothing unless a police do it or a white person do it, like in the midst of a hate crime or something like that. Then we march. But we sit back and we allow this to happen in our communities to our kids, and we not holding people accountable for this. Instead, I'm gonna tell you what we do constantly, all day, every day. Let's talk about in the present, currently, right now. Video after video after video, sending each other Donald Trump is a racist videos, sending each other Charlie Kirk is a racist videos, talking about what white people doing. So busy, caught up and consumed with white people and they so-called racism. Because I don't have proof that either one of those are racist, but that's not even the point here. We so worried about racism and white people that we not tending to our own people. Our kids are literally dying in the streets. This is proof right here. And hear how he talking about it? It's like, yeah, I mean, you can call that strong. You can call it strong, or you can call it hardened. We got a lot of hardened kids walking around here, a lot of hardened youth. Um, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous to our community. It's dangerous to our people. And we got to stop it. We got to stop being so concerned about white people. I'm just not understanding how white people became that important to us. And I'm not saying that white people are not as important as black people. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna do like the white people. I do have white friends. Legitimately, I have white friends. Some of my best friends are white. But the point is, how did white people become so important to us that we do more talking about them, we put more action forth for them than we are our youth, and they die in the streets. 1,000 per year. This is what's happening. This is real. These are real numbers here. 1,000 per year. 1,000. And we worried about the police. We worried about Donald Trump. We worried about Charlie Kirk. What is going on? Look, we have to do more putting forth into our youth, and not just black youth, all our youth, because they are dying in our streets while we just stand by, look, and say Trump is a racist. Charlie Kirk was a racist. Why? Look, what if they were? Don't you think we got bigger things to tend to? I want to put this out there right now. I think that no, let me. I'm gonna quit saying things sometimes. I know that we need to come together and start having talks about this, and then actually putting forth work. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with ideas and things that we can do and support each other, and things that we can do to help curb this. Like even like right now, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I am promoting it because I should. I have a nonprofit, Mentors for Life, and we get kids, you know what I'm saying, that either couldn't afford it, or some kids that can afford it, because it's not about black and white. It's not about rich or poor, but the opportunity is there for all people to join the program and become a mentor for life. And we starting out by getting them mixed up in programs with sports, you know what I'm saying, getting them the proper professional training, because we do have professional trainers that has trained NBA players, NFL players, and they decided to come help and work out with us. And we really appreciate that, because time is valuable, you know what I'm saying? And so are our kids. We got to help them out. And then we get them on the right path. Now, I've done the research for this, and why sports are important, but that's not what this video is about fully. So we get off into that at a later date, you know what I'm saying? But these things are really going to help. And this is what we're doing. If you want to support it, you can click on the link over there to the side and make a donation, and also visit our YouTube channel, Mentors for Life, and see exactly what we're doing, because we're very transparent. But we actually doing more than what's on the video, because we don't get everything on tape. But anyway, this is sad that we're not doing nothing to help these kids, and we're sitting around just focusing on white people. It's crazy. But I'm gonna move forward, because there's more that I want to cover in this video.
I look up, man. I do too. I need my haircut. So I was a violent early teen as well. Yeah. And so, I didn't really want to change until once I had my son, it was a definite thing for me to change. So
now I commend him for that, because I don't have to repeat what he said, but I will. But he just was living his life. That was normal to him. He was content with that. That was whatever level he was at, or whatever he was doing, he was cool with that, right? But when he had a son, he started thinking differently. He started thinking differently, and that's what we should do. If at minimum, as we grow and develop and start walking into being a man, we really need to start thinking about change. But some things inspire us, like having a kid. Like, man, I really want to change. But watch the struggle that he got to deal with. It's crazy, and I can relate to this one too.
I wanted to raise him right, which I did. But when I thought about, he still got to live in the community with everybody else. Some people now.
Imagine that pressure. See, this is the kind of pressure that we dealing with in the hood, or the inner city, whatever you want to call it. I went through that. My son was, albino and all that, and kids would tease him, and I really wanted to just teach him, look, leave it alone, don't just ignore it. But man, that's tough. That's hard on the parent. That's hard on the kid. That's hard on a kid. So you growing up around all these people that are not being raised right, fighting, bullying, and gang banging and all this stuff. And you want to teach your kids, don't never fight, just, do the right thing, and, and just be nice and kind to everybody. But then you tell them that in the jungle. You tell them that, and they got to go live in a jungle. So in your mind, that's not working out. So I got to tell you here, man, put your hands up. Put your hands up, learn how to fight. I've even seen parents give their kids a gun. Hell, my daddy gave us guns. Our daddy gave us guns. Me and my older brother, we had a gun when we was kids. Like literally, we didn't think nothing was wrong with that. Our daddy gave us a gun. That's what it's supposed to be. That's it. So we gotta, man. It's so tough, man. This is the reason why we need to start having conversations and talking about that with a lot of dads, because we got to figure something out, man. We got to, and I have some solutions in my head, you know what I'm saying, that I think is good, and we can set things up and talk. So if anybody out there want to talk, you know, sit down and support, and or even if you in a different city and you need me to help you set up a nonprofit and guide you, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to do that. Just hit us up, you know what I'm saying. Just hit me up in the comment section, and I'm gonna answer. I'm going to answer, because this is like super duper important that we get our youth on the right track. But again, like he said, it's tough. You want to teach them how to do right and teach them the right thing, but you got to do that in the house and then send him outside to the jungle. And the jungle can be school, the park. It can be anywhere. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the biggest struggles that we dealing with also.
Raising theirs. So just having that ability to father, it started at home, but we have to pour it out into the community. So I take the same love and attention I gave to mine to all the ones I come in contact with. 100%. So that's why I started working at the Juvenile Detention Center, mentoring to try to catch them early, because it took for me to go to prison 3 times.
Man.
So what steps is it going to take for you to make it out of here?
He don't know. He's a kid. He's a kid. He don't know. I appreciate the interview though, bro. I really do appreciate you taking the time to go out there and talk to that youngster, man. But he don't know, man. And it's not his job to know. It's up to us as parents. And you know, the harsh reality is this. We did this.
I stab stereotypes, the map, the aftermath, the math, you call it conflict, I call it context, 2 lenses, 1 text, next 2 flex, they clip a clip, 2 quick fix the narrative, I stitch the stitch back to the narrative, comparative, when your feed feeds a frenzy, rewind, find the friendly faces in the frenzy that they fenced away, street light testimony, shadow speaks different in bright light than in night fights, watch the white light bite, I got verbs that twist verbs, siren that reverse sirens, hear the siren say, listen, my lines are lifelines, throw